Our coverage of the missing and murdered this week continues in hopes of tips that could bring loved ones home and bring closure for families.
Today, First Alert investigator Beth Warden brings you the story of a man you may have seen in missing posters across the state and on social media too. You may have driven by him on his many walks before he vanished from sight.
Here on the streets of Rapid City was the last place Anuka saw or Lloyd Bald Eagle was seen. The family speaks of their deep love for him and hopes that in sharing the story that you may remember something, a tip that could help bring him home. Although a grown man, Lloyd Bald Eagle was always Phyllis Bald Eagle's little brother.
Her last name in Lakota is Anuka, which means bald eagle.
They shared many childhood memories.
We grew up here on the Cheyenne River Reservation.
A sense of pride.
The head of our family, a Marine veteran.
Lloyd's sister, Ahita Kawe, cherishes their brother-sister bond.
He would make me laugh, and he would dance. I loved to watch him dance.
And from a humble family home,
or be killed.
The film industry came calling.
He was co-producer of a documentary called Whitewash, because he really cared about what had happened to our people.
Whitewash director Dave Taylor became close with Anouk and the whole family.
But let me tell you something about Anouk. He's one of the most resilient people I have ever known.
Taylor was impressed at how Anouk could recreate Native American scenes for American history films.
10 natives on horseback, and we need teepees, and we need, all the proper regalia and all that stuff. And he was one of the people that I guess had done some of that in the past.
While his impact was celebrated at film festivals, Anouk struggled with traumatic memories.
I was part of the Beirut bombing that happened where, almost 300 Marines were killed. And those were a lot of his friends.
The memories were sometimes too much to bear.
That drinking kept going and going for many years, and then finally ended up in the streets.
He had been 10 years, without a drink at one point. And I'm not sure what the triggers were that would send him back down that path. Everyone that I know that knew him well, it was heartbroken that he couldn't use the same healing skills and the same healing energy on himself that he could on other people.
Just before the holidays in 2022, Lloyd called home and made plans for Phyllis to pick him up and bring him home for a visit, something they did every year.
I could always find him really easy because he's always walking somewhere, So when I went to go see if I can find him and bring him home for Thanksgiving, I couldn't find him.
As the silence continued, so did the search.
Month of February and March, my family took turns going out to see if they can find him on the weekends.
The family still has hope, but braces for the worst.
I finally gave my DNA last year, about September, just in case, they find anything.
Each day, there is a prayer for new information.
If somebody were to come and tell me that they knew where he was or what had happened to him, I would probably just fly down.
It's like, what happened to you, Lloyd? What's going on?
Brother, we're here. We're waiting for you. We want to see you again, and I look forward to sitting down and having some of the discussions that we've had in the past and continuing those in the future.
Anouk has ties to both Rapid City and Colorado. If you have any tips that could help bring him home, contact law enforcement. You can also remain anonymous by submitting your tip through Crime Stoppers. In Sioux Falls, Beth Warden, Dakota News Now.
And coming up tomorrow, Rachel Syriacs was a Woonsocket and Huron area woman missing for over a decade. Now new equipment about to be used for her search. Your tips could help find her. We'll have that story tomorrow on Dakota News Now.